James Lupton for FightTalk.net, joined today by Sean McGoldrick. How are you doing, Sean?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. I wanted to just go back a little bit. First of all, you was a very successful amateur. You won Commonwealth Gold and Bronze. Now, you actually won the silver medal originally, first time round, which was upgraded to the gold due to controversy, let's say. Explain the situation on your behalf at the time, whilst you was in the ring and afterwards in the build-up. How did you find out you was getting upgraded and things like that?
So basically, obviously we drew. The fight was actually drawn 7-7, I think it was, and then it went to came back, and then he won it by like a point or two and came back. So after so it was a very close fight anyway. And then straight away after the fight, we all get drug tested. Obviously, we don't find out the results of the drug test until maybe a month or so after. So a couple of months later, then, or maybe a month or so later, I had a phone call saying that he'd failed his one test and now he was going to appeal it. So normally it would only take a sort of a month or so, for it to all be sort of changed. But because he appealed it. It took a lot longer, I think it ended up taking about 6 months, to actually get upgraded, maybe a little bit longer even. So it was quite a complicated, sort of long-winded process, but in the end, cheaters never win, as they say. So that was and then obviously I got upgraded to gold, etc. So
exactly, can't complain. You got your gold medal in the end. It's what you went for. So
yeah.
I know the Olympics were your aim previously. You unfortunately didn't make it. It wasn't meant to be. But since then, however, you have turned over professional with Eddie Hearn and his Matchroom stable. I'm sure you had plenty of offers to choose from. But why did you end up with Matchroom?
It was, like you said, there was a couple of offers on the table. I had a good chat with my trainer Tony Pugh, my management team MTK, and Matthew Macklin. My parents, I had a good chat with them, all my family, and it was a difficult choice, but after speaking with everyone, I felt like Matchroom was the best option for me, and it was the best way to get my career started on the big Sky Sports shows.
Well, that's it. Eddie does bring good exposure, especially to the amateurs turned over. You've got to look at, obviously, he's just got Josh Boetzy, Lawrence Okoli, Joe Cordina, Josh Kelly, the current crop all coming through together with Eddie Hearn, and it seems to be paying off all on sort of pay-per-view shows and on, like you say, Sky Sports, so you're getting good exposure there.
Yeah, all the names you just said, they're all part of the reason why I sort of chose to go with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, all the amateur stars, which I trained alongside of on the GP squad, and I think most of them have turned with Eddie Hearn, it's testament to what he's done in boxing and what he's still doing now. And I think everyone's on the same page. He gives everyone great opportunities. He gives people chances. And as professional boxers, that's all we need really is the chances and the stage for the exposure.
In regards to the training side of things, with amateur and professional. Obviously, with amateur side and Team GB especially, there's a lot of it over in Sheffield. You've got a little camp base set over there. I know, for example, Anthony Joshua still uses Sheffield every now and then in camp. Has it changed much? Do you have to adapt at all in training for the game?
It has, because obviously when we're in Sheffield, everything's not done for you. Obviously, we got to train ourselves, but our programs and stuff are all done for us. So all we got to focus on is just waking up in the morning and going to them gym sessions. Now is our main gym sessions done in the boxing gym at 11 o'clock. So all the timings have changed. I got to organise my strength and conditioning myself. I got to organise my runs and stuff myself, my nutritionist. So it was a lot more difficult. And then on top of that, the training's also harder now as well. Because we're not training for 2 threes no more. We're training for 6 threes in my case. So it is training needs to be longer, needs to be tougher. The pro games probably mentally tougher. So all the runs, everything's just that little bit harder. But at the same time, I try and use the fundamentals from GB boxing because, with that 3 sessions a day and then the strength conditioning, the runs and stuff, but just try and do a little bit more of what we used to do in Sheffield.
Now, I mean, how's life now under Matchroom with 2 wins under your belt compared to when you first signed?
Yeah, everything's, there's nothing to complain about at all. Everything's spot on. I've been given chances. I was on the Andy Crawler bill and then on the, Ryan Bennett, Lee Haskins, so both great cards, both times I had great coverage, and that's pretty much all I can ask for, So yeah, everything's going good, everything's going well, and I think I'm well on track,
So you mentioned there, obviously you was on the Ryan Bennett, Lee Haskins bill not too long ago. Your opponent that evening, he was quite an awkward and frustrating fighter. From your point of view in the ring, obviously, did you get to learn from that awkwardness?
Yeah, definitely. The big mistake which I made, which I'm really disappointed in myself now, is that I didn't learn in the ring. It's normally I'm quite clever and quite switched on, and then I'm able to adapt and stuff like that. But then maybe because it was a big occasion, I was one before the main event, and to be honest, I think the whole event was a bit overawing, so when I was in there, I don't think I could think clearly to change my tactics, and I could have made it a lot easier on myself, but it's definitely a learning fight. It is one which I'm going to learn a lot from. I knew, and my coach knew, it was going to be a difficult fight, especially for my second pro fight. But it's something which, like I said again, is I'm going to learn from. I'm going to develop better, and hopefully it's only going to improve me and make me a better fighter overall for the future.
That's it. What's next for yourself?
I am not sure. I know Eddie Hearn's definitely coming down to Cardiff in September doing a Next Generation show. So that's going to be the next with Eddie Hearn, I think. Hopefully I can get out. Again, hopefully my management can support me and get me out before that. I'd like to be out once more before sort of the summer, the summer sets in, just to keep me busy and active, and get another 6 rounds under my belt as well.
I was going to mention the Next Gen shows. I think they're a really good concept for the prospects and the up and coming fighters in the stable. Obviously, the next one is next weekend, won't it? Newcastle, with Josh Kelly headlining that. And like I say, it's a good bit of exposure again for the prospects alone.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes on the big shows, all the attention is just on the big fighters. On these Next Gen shows, as boys, we only had a couple of fights again. Even more attention again. So it's fantastic for us. Great exposure for us. When the fans tune in, they know what they're watching. They're obviously expecting. They've got high expectations of all the GP boys and all the other prospects. But when they tune in, they know that they're watching prospects. They know that there's going to be mistakes, and it's just great exposure for us. And it gives us sort of a chance to really, really show our talent, and the next show in Newcastle is going to be fantastic. I think, as was the first one in London, so hopefully they really take off, and people buy into them, and they just carry on going. Hopefully,
That's it. And last question for you. It's on everyone's lips at the minute. Mayweather McGregor. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that fight?
It's a tough one. I think everyone knows what it's about. It's all about the money. And I think anyone sort of going is just going for the whole spectacle of it. If anyone's going for the boxing, then they'll probably go to Golovkin Canelo, But in terms of boxing, I can't see McGregor get anywhere near Mayweather. I'd be very, very surprised if he doesn't. I think it'd be the biggest upset ever if he even won a couple of rounds, never mind one or anything I can't see anything but a Mayweather clear win, maybe even a stoppage, but It's good. It's good for combat sport, I suppose. Like, he's going to bring a lot of attention to boxing, MMA, and it's going to bring a hell of a lot of money to it. So, it's not a negative thing. It's not a negative thing at all. But I don't think we should be holding our breath for the fight of the century in terms of boxing or anything. But I think the whole spectacle is great for MMA and boxing.
That's it, definitely. Well, Sean, thanks very much for your time today. Thanks for talking to FightTalk.net, and good luck the rest of your future.
Thank you. Speak to you soon. Cheers.
Cheers, Sean.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.